Everybody, is there anyone there that can tell me if I'm frozen? I'm frozen on Mischief Sense, so I want to see if there's anybody there that can tell me. Just trying to see. Me and Mischief are communicating. This is going to be a work in progress. Guess to what? My daughter's messaging me, but let's see what she has to say. I don't know if she's saying yes, I'm frozen or what, but we're going to try to work this out. Hey, Gary, am I frozen? Am I moving? See my head bobbing? Mischief and me are having trouble. Okay, we're good. Okay, okay, good. Thank God, y'all. We're having problems, so we shall see how this works out, okay? But anyway, I just wanted to jump on here for a little bit. I don't have a topic, and I don't know if that'll make y'all happy or sad. I don't have really anything to talk about. So I'm just going to say hi. I know that Mischief is here, or she's trying to be really bad. Gary's here. Good to see him. Totally Jersey's here. I am in Savannah, Georgia, in my hotel room, y'all. And I don't know if Mischief can hear me, but if nothing else, just don't worry about being in the back office. So let me type to her real quick, okay? Sorry. I don't know if she can hear me, so. Anyway, we're going to just leave her like that. So anyway, I'm in Savannah, Georgia. Okay, she can hear me. Gosh, this is going to be a trip, isn't it? My husband, Mark, and his sister, Karen, which is the sister right under him, and I jetted off to Savannah, Georgia, basically for free, y'all, which is a good thing, right? We all love free. So we jetted off to. Sorry, I'm getting so many messages. I'm just all confused. Okay. So anyway, we our tickets were paid for by points, and our hotel is paid for by points. And we actually had enough points to pay for Karen, so then she gave us money back. And so because we get a discount, I know I'm moving the other way, driving me nuts. Can't stand when there's half a screen of one and half a screen of another. But anyway, so she got it cheaper because we booked through our points, and we have all these good discounts and stuff. So I'm sunburned a little bit, y'all. It's been a little sunny here. So anyway, we're using that money that she paid us to pay for food. So we literally have gotten a week's vacation for free. So I figured you can't really beat that, right? So here we are. We're sitting. Well, I'm sitting. I'm not feeling well this evening. So hey, Constance and Marilee, good to see you both too. Yeah, we're still here right now. Mark and Karen are on a ghost tour. I was scheduled to go to, but I don't know if y'all know or not, but I have, in addition to cancer and Hashimoto's and a slew of other issues, I have Crohn's disease. And so sometimes I pay for my choices. And so today I could not stand it. I wanted fish and chips so bad. And so we found a restaurant that had them, and I ate them. And all afternoon I have been miserably in pain. And so I told Mark, I said, why don't y'all just go and just leave me here? So I'm already in my pajamas and just sitting here, and I was flipping through stuff, and I thought, well, I'm going to set up a live. Hey, Carrie Ann, good to see you. We don't, we don't have a topic tonight, is what I was saying. I'm just on here catching up with some of my friends, so I thought that might be fun for tonight. Taking a vacation from Scientology, y'all. I really have too. I've not really watched a lot of videos. I know I'm gonna really play catch up. Probably download some of them, watch them on the plane, and or upload them. Whatever you do, I'm gonna do that and watch them on the plane. Watch them when we get home Sunday. We come home Sunday afternoon. So anyway, we've had a good time. I've slept so good. I always sleep good here. When we're at home, I lay down and it might take me hours to go to sleep. And so a lot of you will see me online and I'm actually in bed attempting to go to sleep. But when I turn off the computer or whatever, I'm just wide awake. So I leave it on and sometimes I fall asleep with it on and then I can actually go to sleep. So anyway, here I lay down and Karen said that like 2 minutes after my head hits the pillow, I'm asleep. And how she can tell that is because I'm a snorer and she can hear me in the other room. So she's been shutting the door between us so that she doesn't have to hear me snoring. So poor Mark, he doesn't get a reprieve from it. I'm going to have one of those sleep tests, y'all, but I just had a lot going on. I'm about sick of doctors. So anyway, I keep kind of keeping an eye on the chat just a little bit to see if anybody says that I have frozen real bad. And if I freeze, I'm gonna just let me know, and I'm gonna try to just end it. And then they've got a little higher powered internet here that I can buy, but I was trying to save that money because, ugh. But anyway, I'm having a little bit of allergy problems. Everything's green here, so it's kind of like spring for me, and so I'm a little in my nose tonight, a little nasally. Karen was laughing and saying I'd be talking through my nose, and everybody be like, "What happened?" She's went from southern to something to nasally, but yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so I'm trying to think. Sunday we got here. We get here before noon. So we got here and we went out to our very favorite restaurant, and we had what they do is, y'all know the lids to a bushel basket, right? They take these lids to the bushel baskets and they wrap foil all around them. And then they put shrimp, potatoes, sausage, corn, mussels, crawfish, crab legs. And I feel like I'm forgetting something. But anyway, about everything that you can imagine, except for oysters. And I wish they had oysters on it, but they don't. But anyway, they've got all that on there and they just sit it on this lid to this bushel basket, and they've got these little platforms on the tables that are raised up, and underneath the platforms is the trash can. They got a hole cut out of the table, so they just sit that in the middle, and y'all just like go to town, just. So I taught Karen how to do crab leg, how to crack them and crawfish. And no, I do not suck the heads. I don't do that. I tried it once, and I'm like never doing it again. But anyway, so I showed her how to do the crawfish, showed her how to do the shrimp. She kind of knew the shrimp, but I was showing her little tricks to make it easier and faster. So anyway, we went out there, and then I can't even remember what we did. We went out to Tybee Island, and we looked all over there. We kind of drove around by the lighthouse and just kind of sightseed. And then we went to Walmart and picked up a little bit of stuff that we needed. And then they didn't have, I wanted avocados because I wanted some avocado toast. It's kind of my thing, especially on vacation, because I don't really care for the hotel breakfast. I don't like all that. So anyway, we went to Publix. I've never been to a Publix. So I'm like, wow. I mean, I had never been to a Piggly Wiggly till we came here one time. So I'm just like, new on all this grocery store business. So anyway, we did all that, and then we came back, and I mean to tell you, by 8:30 or so, I was in bed asleep. And that is so unusual for me. So unusual. Well, that was the last of any kind of semblance of rest. Because let me tell you, Mark, oh Lord. Now you got to remember, this girl, this old lady sitting here, has just had a year and a half's chemo and 28 treatments of radiation. And just right before we left the house, I was barely able to walk from our bedroom to the kitchen. I mean, I could do it sometimes, but other times I would just be like, and couldn't breathe, have to stop halfway and sit down, feel like I was going to pass out. Mischief would get on to me if I went too long on my videos because she knows that when I leave the dining room where I'm doing my videos and try to head to the bedroom, I'm going to be lucky if I make it because sometimes I have to sit down about halfway and rest because I'm exhausted and I start that not being able to breathe. And it's because of the um, blood clots and it's caused by chemo and radiation and all that. But anyway, so that was me. So I was already scared. Oh, that was another thing. Have y'all been to Atlanta airport? Because I'm going to tell you, it's not a joke. You walk and you walk and you walk and you walk, and then you get on this tram thing that flies around that airport at the speed of light. And, then you try to weasel your way out of the crowd and out of the damn tram before the door shuts and takes off again, and you don't know where you're at. So you got to then you think, well, I'm going to be close to my gate now. No. Hi, Doug. How good to see you. So, no, you're not close to your gate then either. You're like still 25 miles away from your gate. So you got to just about run. And I told Mark, I said, why didn't we get a wheelchair from Karen too? Karen's not in the best of health. And so at least for me, I'm kidding. But so anyway, we get off the plane. And do you know that our connecting flight was at the same gate? Y'all, that has never happened. Never in the history of me going through Atlanta airport has that ever happened. So, I mean, we only had an hour layover, so I was already nervous. And I was already nervous about how I was going to do all this walking. And then it was at the same gate. I about fell over. It was a miracle. Thank you, Jesus. And I'm going to do some more praying before we leave here on Sunday because I truly believe that you helped me out on that one. So, anyway, but back to the story. So, anyway, so Tuesday, what is today? Or no, Monday, we got up and we did like the trolley and went all around town and we did a little bit of walking, but not a whole lot. Did a little bit of shopping, but not a whole lot, just kind of looking. I did pick up a little very small souvenir for my mods. I'm going to get those sent with their Christmas packages that are still sitting at my house that I forgot to mail. Yeah, my brain does not work. So anyway, nothing wrong with getting a wheelchair. That's right. I just forgot. We did when we went to Houston, when we went for my treatment, not this past summer, but the one before. We did then, but I, completely forgot. Or was it this past summer? I don't know. Whenever we went. So anyway, but yeah, no, I don't have a problem with getting a wheelchair. We just forgot. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh crap, we're going through Atlanta. So it's like, oh geez. Anyway, I should have had the flight attendant. She could have called ahead because when I remembered I was already on the plane. But anyway, I could have called ahead if she could have. Somebody could have. But anyway, so then yesterday, okay, so that was Monday, Tuesday, right? Yeah. Mark walked us all up. Now, remember, again, I'm talking about that I'm the person that just recently couldn't make it 40 to 60 feet without, thinking I was going to die. And anybody in the house thinking that I was going to die. I walked like almost 9,000 steps yesterday. Like, I know that that's not that many to a lot of you. But to this fat lady, it was a lot. I mean, it really was. It was like crazy. I looked on my because Karen was looking on her clock or on her watch, and she said, "I walked blah 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 blah," and I said, "Well, that can't be right." And so, of course, as I'm saying that can't be right, as I'm laying in the bed going, "Oh, oh," because I hurt so bad. And Mark, he's just ignoring it. He just had major surgery. He just pops up like it's nothing. So anyway, today, Karen and I, we told him, we said, we are not walking 9,000, 10,000 steps. We're not doing it. We're not going to walk that far. So we did a lot of getting on and off the trolley, and we sat and had a real long lunch. But still, my calves are hurting so bad in my stomach. I knew better than to eat that fried food, but every once in a while, I mean, I haven't had anything fried in so long, and it just sounded so good. And Mark and Karen was getting it too, and Karen's going to pay for it too because she's got a lot of the same issues I do. So, but then I was telling them, I said, I see if I can just cancel my ticket and y'all can go. And then poor Karen, she was trying to cancel too, but Mark was like, well, I'm going to go. So I think she kind of felt like she ought to go with him so he didn't have to go alone. So anyway, that was that. But I am probably going to end up having to show my rear end a little bit. I was so frustrated, y'all. I mean, I am laid back on vacation. I don't get angry about anything. I'm pretty chill most of the time. But I'm used to being where people are also kind of chill and they're also, hospitable and just not rude. Okay. So anyway, there has been the rudest. I don't know where they're from. I mean, a bunch of them are speaking other languages. I think this one huge family today might have been Greek. Not that that matters, but I'm just saying, I can't understand a word they're saying, and they're angry sounding, and they're angry at me. And I'm like, what did I do? This one guy was in the candy store, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. And I am crammed up against the wall trying to get out of the candy store with my purchase. Okay. He's trying to come in and he's got his wife and I mean like 14 or 20 kids. Okay. And an old lady, and I don't even know what all there's a huge group of them. And they're all talking and they were talking in another language. I couldn't understand them. I don't know what it was. It was beautiful, but I couldn't understand what it was. And I don't have any problem with people speaking another language at all. But I am crammed up, I'm like, oh, crammed up against this corner, up against this wall, trying not to knock the candy off of the wall, y'all, because I don't want to have to, you break it, you pay for it. And it might not be something I wanted. So I didn't want to have to pay for candy I didn't like. But anyway, so I'm trying to get out of his way. And he says to me, excuse us, please. And I looked at him and I said, well, of course. So then I just crowded my fat ass out of there and just about bumped him over. So I was just like, this is ridiculous. People are just so rude. But what made me mad was, and this was actually before that, we had went to the, oh hell, I'm going to forget the word. I'm going to forget the word. It's about to go. Oh, crap, it went. Hey, chemo. What is the word, y'all? Prohibition. Yay, it came back. We went to, it's the only prohibition museum in the United States, and it's here in Savannah. So we went to that. I booked the tickets last night online on my iPad. Well, I carry my iPhone with me everywhere I go. Well, my iPhone, I use strictly, 99.9% strictly for YouTube purposes. Like it's got my YouTube information on it. It's got my YouTube email on it. Everything's YouTube on that, and I get to write it off. So I didn't realize that whenever I bought tickets for these things, that the emails were going to my iPad and not to my iPhone. So, but it said, just give your name at the gate. So I wasn't real worried. So we show up at the gate and he tries to pull up our name and he says, well, I don't have one. I don't have that name. And I said, we booked last night online. It was this amount. I know you've got it. It went through our credit card, blah, blah, blah. He was so rude. He didn't even try to help. And he goes, well, I have to see it to be able to let you in, or you're going to have to buy new tickets. Well, see, Susie was like, That would have been me. I'd have been like, probably. But anyway, Susie was like, fine, we just won't go. But Mark wanted to go. It's one of the few places that we had already been once, but he wanted to go back because I'm telling you, the wax dummies that they've got in there are better than at any wax museum in the whole country that we have been to. We've been to a lot. And so they were so good that he wanted to take Karen and show her. And I wanted to go too, but I was mad. So we tried for an hour to get my stupid iPhone to switch from my work email to my private email, and I couldn't figure out how to do it. Well, then, like a dummy, after like an hour, I figured out how to do it. And I was like, well, how stupid was that? So I pulled it up, couldn't find it. And I thought, well, crap. So then I'm thinking, I'm glad I didn't show my ass yet. So I even looked at my trash, couldn't find it. I said, well, I don't know what to do. So we walk back over there, and we're just going. Karen's like, I'll just buy the tickets, and when you get back to the room, maybe you can find it on your iPad. We'll figure it out. Blah blah blah. I'm like, all right. So we go back over there, and the guy's like, well, all you have to do is just, when you get back to your room or with your iPad or whatever, just go on there, and if you can prove that you bought them, then we'll refund them for you. I'm like, why didn't you say that to begin with? I don't mind being out 80 something dollars for a little while, but I mind being out 80 something dollars and then having to pay 80 something dollars again. So, so we went and we looked at the deal, and people was nice, and there was an elevator, so I didn't have to climb the, 45,000 stairs. Thank God. And anyway, we did the whole thing. So we come back, right? First thing I did was lay down on the bed and, and then I pulled it up. I had a receipt. I had the tickets. I had the confirmation email from them. I had all that on there. So I'm like, oh, good. So he had said, just go online and you can get a refund. Yeah. But he said, Constance, that he couldn't give me a refund because he didn't know that I had paid it. I couldn't prove I had paid it. And I'm so kind-hearted, I'd have probably just let me in because it was clear that I knew I had paid it. And the thing is that I paid for the higher price tickets so that we could get in, plus go in the speakeasy and get a cocktail. And Karen, when she bought them, she just got us in, just, And so, and that's what we told her to do. Because by then we decided we didn't, we're fine without a cocktail and, blah, blah, blah. Yes, Murley's an asshole. So anyway, I'll have you know, I have all that. I took pictures of it off of my iPad, and it's on my iPhone now. And I'm going to ride a trolley. I'm going to ride my ass over to that damn thing tomorrow and tell them I want my 80 something dollars back. Because, here's your proof, dude. And, here's the deal. I tried to go online to the address that it has online to get my refund, and it says it's not a real address, which I know the place is legit. It's there, and it's been there forever, and I've seen it. We've been there twice before, and it's, it's amazing. So I don't know what was up with that, but it was not as simple as just, just get online and they'll refund you your money, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, I hope that it's that little dude tomorrow when I show up over there. So if not, then I'm going to say, look on that computer and see who sold me the tickets yesterday, because that's the guy that I have the problem with. But y'all, I know I'm talking 100 miles an hour because I'm excited to get to see y'all. I was going to show you. I got some candy at the Savannah Candy Kitchen. Now you can actually go online and order from this place. And I'm going to tell you, they have the best carameled apples and the best pretty much anything that you would want. We go on there. We always get candy here. Fudge. Oh my God. I cannot tell you how good the fudge is. But anyway, we go on there and get pralines for my mother-in-law because she loves pralines. And now she's not diabetic, but she's decided she can't have all that sugar, which I understand. The woman's going to be 90 this month. But she looks like she's maybe 74 and acts like it. But anyway, I go online and order, so I know Savannah Candy Kitchen, but I'm gonna show you this. You buy a pound and they give you a half a pound. So this is actually my free ones. They're in this cute little box. See, there's one, two, three, four. They call these little darlings gophers. I don't know if y'all have ever seen them before. I always think of like a turtle, but they're way bigger than a turtle. And that's dark chocolate on it. They also have milk chocolate and they have white chocolate. But this is what they call a gopher. So I got 4 in here and 8 in the other box, and I'm gonna let myself have maybe half of one a day for a while until we eat them all up. So, but I had to show you guys that so that your mouths would be just, drooling a little bit while I'm on here. Mischief, I am gonna get him. He made me mad. That's not nice. It wasn't very southern of him. I'm gonna tell you that for sure. And y'all, I've not seen Paula yet. We're gonna try to go by there Saturday. She might be home Saturday, but might not. They've actually took a road trip. They're driving. So they're kind of just, they don't give a shit that I'm here. I'm not big on their list of priorities to rush home. So yeah, you need 12 of those, Eric. Go on Savannah Candy Kitchen and order you some. I'm not kidding. They are huge. Like they're bigger than that, but like a lady's, the little powder compacts, the little cover girls, little round ones that we use. They're bigger than that. I was trying to think. They're bigger than like the bottom of a soda can or something. They're bigger. They're huge. They are they are good. Constance, I can't make my mother's fudge either. I make fudge, but it's not their fudge. I probably sneak and get some fudge before we leave here. My suitcase, I brought an empty duffel bag to carry stuff home if I bought stuff. Mark said, "You're not going to fill that thing up with candy." I said, "No, I'm not going to fill it up with candy." Wink, wink. But anyway, y'all, we've had such a good time. I have not rested so well in a long time. And I'm going to go see what y'all are talking about a little bit. And Mark and Karen will be back. And I'm trying to think. Just a little while. It won't be long. So let's see here. Gary Mackey. I just love Gary Mackey. He don't get to be here very often. I don't know if you're still here, Gary, but I just love you. Happy New Year to everybody while I'm thinking about it. Totally Jersey. I just love you guys. Constance June. Mischief Managed. Hey, Carrie Ann. Marilee. Gary Mackey. He's so funny. Oh, Doug. I just love y'all. Did y'all hear that Reese and Tommy got engaged last night? I wasn't surprised, but I was surprised. Does that make any sense? I kind of figured it was coming, but like, I wasn't like, it's definitely happening. Last night when I started watching it, I kind of thought, yeah, it's definitely happening. Yeah, why didn't I get a wheelchair? I forgot. So I think we're going to call ahead because I probably won't have that kind of luck and be at the same gate. So I think we're going to call ahead and have a couple wheelchairs added. I told Mark, I said, you can get one too, sweetheart. You can get one. We won't tell them that you're not handicapped. I know. I know. 2 bombings so far. Did y'all hear about that thing in New Orleans last night? Oh my gosh. I guess it killed 10 that I know of and injured 20. Some guy drove into the crowd and started shooting or something. What in the hell is wrong with people? Jesus. Well, it wasn't even last night. I think it was yesterday afternoon. So, yeah. Merrily, we usually pre-book one too, but we didn't this time. We forgot. I think because we honestly planned, we didn't plan it. It just kind of Mark said, "Do you want to?" And I said, "I don't see how we can possibly afford it." And he said, "Well, I looked into it and we've got enough points for the room and the flight." And so I was like, "Well, we better call Karen and see if she wants to go because she'd been wanting to go." So I think she's had a good time. I hope so. Yeah. Yeah, don't walk that far right there. No, Yeah, the lady today said, now it's just a mile and a half, or like a mile and a half wide and 2.25 mile long. It's walkable, and I'm like looking at her and she goes, unless you have mobility issues. And I'm like, yeah, I can't hardly walk. Today I really couldn't after yesterday. Eric Grader, it's good to see you too. I'm serious, Eric. Go on there and order you some. Gary Mackey's credit card's coming out. Oh, get you some good stuff, but don't get too much. I don't want you to get a bellyache. Yes, I will be getting a wheelchair. I will tell them, I promise. Yeah, they broke up, Doug, but they got back together a while ago and they kind of kept it secret, I think, for a while. But now they're back together. He's actually there now, I guess. I don't know. I don't watch it as steady as I used to. I don't know. I'm so busy. So, yeah, enjoy that fudge. Yeah, there's a backstory there. Yeah. I want a 4x4 wheelchair with a 3-inch lift kit and fog lights. I think they call that a gator. We're thinking about going back out to Tybee. I want to rent one of those little, it's like a golf cart. They had a pink one. And I kind of want to rent one and just like ride all around town. I think it'd be so fun if it's warm at all. Yesterday it was in the 70s and very sunny and it was burning up. I got a little bit of sunburn. And then today it was about 65, but very sunny, and I got a little bit more. Mhm. Yeah. Gary says the way it works around here is I eat a bit of what I buy and then pass along the rest to the grandkids. Win win. Absolutely. My grandkids already, they'll be expected candy. I'm gonna have to go over there and see if I can't find. Another thing they've got there is like all the old candy that we used to buy when we were kids, like those little pop bottles and those rubber, or not rubber, wax lips and stuff. They have all that kind of stuff there. Plus, they have like the old, like the Pepsi and the Coke and stuff in the old looking bottles and everything. They have, I mean, it is amazing. It's like walking, I mean, it's like a kid's wonderland. My grandkids love it there. So, yeah, they absolutely love it. Teresa, good to see you. I hope you had a happy holiday too. We've had a great holiday. We had a great Christmas, and we're in Savannah, Georgia right now. So, yeah, candy, cigarettes. They've got all that kind of stuff. I could load some stuff up, y'all. So, if there's anything you just gotta have, let me know because I'll get it to you. I we'll figure it out. I promise. I'm here. We might as well like share the wealth. But no, it was so funny. We have noticed that things have gone up. I mean, we haven't been here since 2019. And in 2019, actually before that, I take that back up a little bit. About 2012, somewhere in there, maybe 13 or 14, but around in there. We were here and I bought shot glasses for a friend of ours that collects shot glasses. And he wanted like all these shot glasses. So I bought him a ton of them and they were like $1.99 and $2.99. Now a shot glass is $14.99. Now when I was here in 2019, they were not $14.99. They were like maybe $4.99, $5.99, depending on if they was fancy. But they're $14.99. And it don't matter if they're just like a little, plain little shot glass with a little bit of writing on it, or if they're all, boogered up, if they're just beautiful. It don't matter. $14.99. I'm like, oh, magnets, okay? Magnets are so expensive. I mean, magnets, some of them was upwards of like $20. And I'm like, oh my God. But I did find some stuff that I'm gonna send my mods that I could afford. So Anyway, I got that. And then I don't know. We've had a good time, and I've missed you guys, and I've taken a bunch of pictures. I'm gonna try to do some videos tomorrow. It is so hard. I want to do some videos of some of the houses and stuff, but when we've been doing that, we've been in a trolley, and you've got the noise from the trolley, which they're not quiet. You got the noise from the person that's telling you what you're seeing. You got the noise from all the people talking, and the trolley. About the time I get ready to take a picture, they vroom, away we go. And so some of my pictures look aside. So I told Mark, I said, I want to go and we can drive it at a normal pace, and I can, focus in on some of these houses that I just want to show you guys so badly. They are just everything here is so beautiful. And I want to show you this stuff. And I don't know, I might do a little live in the cemetery. We're going to go to two different cemeteries tomorrow. It's really funny because in one of the cemeteries here in town, the Union soldiers were staying in the cemetery in the Civil War. And I mean, you're talking about some of these soldiers 14, 15 years old. We're not talking about 30-year-old men. We're talking about, I mean, some of the older ones was 18, 19. So we are, oh, and another, well, I better ask Mark which one that was. Sherman. I almost positive it was Sherman. Did you know he was married to his sister? Is that gross? I did not know that. I still don't know it, but that's what they did say. But anyway, and had like 8 kids. So anyway, I so these kids was in the cemetery camped out. They would literally break into the mausoleums, drag the bodies out, y'all, so that they could sleep because it's a winter. And I mean, Savannah doesn't get like horribly cold, but it gets cold. It gets down below freezing and stuff. And so, they would sleep in these mausoleums. Well, then I guess they got bored. I mean, it's not funny, but it's funny. It's not funny, but it is kind of funny, y'all. They would get bored, right? So um they started changing the dates and stuff on these tombstones. So there's some tombstones out there for people that was born before or died before they were born, and there's some people that their kids was born before they were born. There's some people that lived to be 400 and something years old because they would change the numbers on these tombstones. Oh, it's Gary. They are beautiful, and y'all, I want to show them to you just because especially the one that's out of town. The one here in town is beautiful and everything and well kept, but the one that's way out of town is absolutely gorgeous, and all the angels and all the babies and all this like little stuff that they've got on these graves is just so 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 amazing. So yeah, I'm wondering if they've seen any ghosts too. Y'all, I'm not joking. I've got pictures from both of these cemeteries, and that whenever I like loaded them onto my computer and looked at them, when you blow them up, not huge, but I mean just big enough that you could see them better than if you were just holding a picture. Um, you can see stuff in them. I've got one where I took a picture in front of this house, in front of this ironwork, because I like the ironwork. I'm real big into all that. And there was in the picture, there's kind of a shadowy looking figure of a like Confederate soldier. And there was no Confederate soldier standing there when I took the picture, and no way to have done any kind of a hologram or whatever. There was no way to have done that, and so it was just weird. I've got a lot of pictures. It's just weird. I'll have to gather them up sometime, and we'll do a some kind of a Zoom call or something, and I'll show you some of the pictures because it's just absolutely bizarre. I'll have to figure out how to do it on my computer, but I will figure it out because they are absolutely bizarre. And every time we get here, then I'm that much more interested in doing it. And we're going to take it's not tomorrow night. It's Friday night. No, Friday in the afternoon. We couldn't get it at night. and we were running out of time. But Friday afternoon, we're taking a carriage ride. It's just the three of us and the carriage people, and a horse-drawn carriage. We're taking that, and it's a ghost story, a ghost tour. So I kind of am glad that we're doing it because we've done the nighttime one so many times. But this time it'll be in the daytime, so I'll actually be able to take pictures of what they're talking about, and hopefully I'll be able to remember what all they said. I'll be back there taking notes so I can tell y'all this is where this happened, this is where that happened. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I would have noticed a Confederate soldier. I mean, I'm old, y'all, but I'm not that old. Uh, BFF lives in Dublin, Georgia, and he goes to the cemeteries in Savannah at least once a year. They are gorgeous. I'm telling you, I would move to this town in the blink of an eye if I could make my dad and my two daughters move here. And I think I could get the daughters to do it, but my dad's never going to do it. So maybe someday. I've got friends here. I've not really got to see many people. I mean, it's the holidays, and people have went to their people, and so and most of my friends, honestly, are because of Paula, and so I'm I'm the poor friend. Y'all, I tell them that all the time. I said, y'all got to remember, I don't have your money. I can't do this. I can't afford this. But they're all rich. Paula made all of her people that work for her millionaires. And so they're gone. When they go somewhere, they go somewhere. Like they Christmas in Italy, you know. Yeah, I Christmased at my daughter's house next door, where I Christmas. And coming here was a big deal, and it's not really costing us much of anything, if anything. I don't think it's really going to cost us anything. I mean, it'll be, bare minimum. There's no way we'd be here if it was costing us money. We just couldn't. So, it's funny though, because um, Karen didn't bring enough cash with her, and Mark brought a lot of cash. Well, so Karen, she's like, she'll put stuff on the credit card, and then in the evening, her and Mark settle up, and he gives her cash. So that cash just keeps going back and forth. Yes, that's where we're going tomorrow. Bonaventure Cemetery is very cool. Bird Girl is neat. Yes. Um, my mind just went blank with the guy's name. Oh my gosh, what is wrong with me? Oh, I hate when I can't remember something that I absolutely remember. Um, the guy that wrote Moon River. I know somebody knows it. I know it. I took a picture of me hugging his statue. Oh, if I had it, it went away again. But oh, chemo sucks, y'all. It sucks. But anyway, no, it's not him. Shit. Oh my God. I know it. I really know it. Oh, shit. I'll think of it. But anyway, his grave's out there. And that's my favorite song. So, Moon River. And no, it's, oh my God. I have said his name 20 times today. Somebody look it up. Look up Moon River. I could, I guess. I'm just telling y'all. Yes, thank you. Johnny Mercer. Thank you. He made like 1,200 and something songs. He did more than Elvis and the Beatles combined. I mean, that's pretty good. I think that's pretty good. Yeah, Andy Williams sang it, and Andy Williams is my all-time favorite. We used to go to Branson and watch his Christmas show, and one time he actually sang straight into my eyes, and when I was a kid, I was convinced I was either going to, at one time or another, I was going to marry Andy Williams or Michael Jackson. So could you get much further apart than Andy Williams and Michael Jackson? But I was gonna marry one of the others. Yes, he was great. And we did lose a great this week. Yes, I'm so upset that we lost our president, Carter. I love Jimmy Carter. I did my 8th grade term paper on Jimmy Carter, and I'm not talking politics here at all, y'all. I don't, my ass couldn't have cared less. I was in the 8th grade, but I loved Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter and Andy Williams was like my all around favorite two men on the planet, probably. And, oh, oh my gosh. Me too, Doug. My grandparents would watch his special every year, and I watched it. And when me and Mark got married, I said, "Now I'm going to tell you, we're going to have to watch the Andy Williams Christmas special." And he's like, "Okay." I don't think he understood the depths of my, obsession with him. And we went to the first time we went to his show in Branson, we sat on the front row. And I literally was the youngest person in the whole damn auditorium, and it was huge. I can tell you I was the youngest person there. And oh my God, I cried. I mean, like you see the Elvis, like, ah, I was not that bad, but I mean, for me, sitting there like, and give me a Kleenex and digging in my purse for another Kleenex and patting my eyes and oh my God. And then I went into the gift shop after the show was over, and this tree, stay with me a minute, y'all. It was a costume of a tree, a Christmas tree. But it bumped into me and it said, "Excuse me." And I know that tree was him. I know it was. I absolutely know it was. I could tell by the voice. I knew it was him. And so I kind of kept it under my hat, didn't say a whole lot. And I got up to the deal and I was telling the woman, I said, "There was a tree in here a while ago that bumped into me." I know how that has to sound. This tree bumped into me. And I said, "There was this tree that bumped into me." And she got this look on her face. I said, "That was Andy, wasn't it?" And she said, "Probably." She said, "He'll do that and he'll like try to see what people are saying." And I gotta get a drink. Trying to see what people are saying about their reaction to the show. And I said, "Well, all I did was stand there like this, like a deer in the headlights." Cause I was just like, "Oh my God, I think that's him." Yeah. So then the next year we came and we brought our oldest grandson, which we don't get to see anymore, but we brought him. He was like 12. He kept thinking we were going to go see Andy Griffith. I said, "Sweetheart, there's a big difference between the two." But anyway, so we went in there and then he had a restaurant right across the street from his theater. And we always ate there when we would go there. So anyway, we went there and you would not believe it. But after the show, now this is like 11 o'clock at night, 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, and the show's over. We go over there and we're getting our hamburgers, and somebody's over at the piano and starts playing. And I look over there and there's Andy Williams. Andy Williams, my fiance, playing the piano not 15 feet from me. And Mark says, "You can go over and talk to him." I'm like, oh my God, no way. But he came over, not just to me. I mean, I'm popular and important, but it wasn't just to me. But he went from table to table for a few tables and talked to us. And so I actually got to have a very short conversation with Andy Williams, and I did not have a camera because cameras were not allowed in the theater. So I don't have any pictures. Then after that, they started letting them have cameras in the theater. So I didn't have my camera with me because we went straight from the theater to the restaurant, and I had just left my phone and everything at the hotel, so I wouldn't have to keep up with it. So anyway, that's my big. I'm all the time running into celebrities but not having a camera or something. Anyway, let's see what y'all are talking about a little bit again. Keep missing it because I won't quit talking. Yeah, what? $15? No, 14.99, mischief. Get it straight. 14.99. You did not get a shot glass. I'm just going to tell you right now. You did not get a shot glass. I did not buy any shot glasses. I love y'all, but there's like 80 of you. You had eight people. Somebody's messaging me. 8 people times $15, 14.99, and plus tax. Now I like these Henry Mancini and all that too, but yeah, it was oh, Johnny Mercer. There's a statue of him. I don't know if I can't remember if I put it on the thumbnail for this video or not, but I took my picture of me kind of hugging up to him, to his statue. It is so cute, but somebody pissed me off because somebody busted his eyes out. I'm just so mad. Why do people do that crap? It looks like they just took something, probably like a BB gun or something, and shot his eyes out. I'm just so mad. I'm like, that was just uncalled for. I don't care what it was. I don't care, who the statue of is. Like, what makes them happy about that? I don't understand. Are they going to go about their life when they're 80 years old and go, one time I shot the eyes out of a Johnny Mercer statue. I am Joe Cool. No, you look like a dumbass. I'm just like, they took over somebody's knee a few more times. Their mama didn't spank them enough, and it shows. But anyway, I took a picture of me, or Mark took a picture of me, like kind of loving on poor old Johnny Mercer. He's sitting there with like a cigar, and he's reading the paper and everything. I just love him. And that movie, the book, first of all, that Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil, in the movie, that house is here where that actually took place. The club where Lady Chablis, if you know her, she was the um kind of a cross dresser. She didn't like literally have surgery, or he, I guess it's a he, but when I looked at her, she was a she. So I call her a she because when she had her skinny little ass sitting on Mark's lap that one time we was here, that was a girl. And he was stuffing dollars. We were laughing yesterday because at one time he had 3 drag queens sitting on his lap, and the star of the show was one. And she's passed since then, but she was amazing. I love that woman. I just thought that she was it. I would have invited her into my home at any minute of the day. But so all that's here. I think we're going to try to go in. I don't know. Sometimes they do, but they don't always do them. Sometimes they have tours of Mercer's house. And so anyway, it was his, and then the guy that, can't think of his name, but anyway, the guy that did the killing, he bought it. But anyway, so it's amazing. It's gorgeous. And what's so funny, there's this one house here, and I think I've got pictures of it. I'm gonna try to send it. These 7 little ladies from Savannah decided that all the houses was getting tore down, y'all, because which is amazing to me, because they had these humongous antebellum mansions on the properties. But the land was more profitable. It was worth more money than the structures. So they people were tearing down the houses and selling the land. And so anyway, these 7 little old ladies formed a little committee thing and to save these houses. And so far they have saved so many of them, and they're going to save a couple more before long. They got one that's going to start work, I think, in the spring. They're saving it, and it's got to be restored to where it looks like it looked when it was new. That's the thing, is if you live in the historic district, you can't change anything. You can't change. I mean, you got to have permission to do it. There's certain colors you can paint them, but I mean, there's not very many. And it has to be stuff that would have been available then, and you can only use on the outside. In the inside, you can do whatever you want, basically. On the outside, it has to look like it did when it was new. We're talking, some of these houses 300-400 years old. I mean, they're old. They're not, So anyway, but these little old ladies, I mean, they were little old ladies at the time. They started trying to, to restore the town. Well, about the time that all this was happening, Joe Namath came in and he bought a house. Right. Like literally, they're on one corner and he buys the house two houses down from them. Okay, so on another corner around this square. So I mean, there's a one house between them. So I'm doing it, mischief. But anyway, so I don't have to go nowhere tonight. I can just lay down. So I'm doing good. So anyway, uh, he buys this house, and what he's going to do is he wants to build basically the Playboy Mansion of the South. He wants to build this gentleman's club. And these little old ladies was like, oh, no, 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 no. And so it didn't happen. Let's just put it that way. And in the Atlanta paper, the next week after he finally gave up the fight, it said that Joe Namath had gotten sacked in Savannah. It's actually true, but it's funny. I like it when a newspaper gets a funny because it don't get to happen very often. Where most of the time we're reporting crappy stuff. Yeah, Gomer Pyle, he had quite the strong voice. I didn't care for him. I didn't care for his voice. It was too powerful for me, but it was beautiful, but it was just too powerful. I like more of like the softer Andy Griffith, Andy Williams. I don't think there's anybody. I love Perry Como too. There was a bunch of them back then. Christmas time is yeah, I'm old too, Doug, or Marilee and Doug, but I love 21 Pilots. I love Imagine Dragons. I love all those. I love my mom was cracked me up. I can't remember the name of the song now. Crap. I'm tired, so my chemo is wrecking him. Oh, but anyway, one year for Christmas, she said, there's this group and it's called something about dragons. And they sing this song. And she started singing the song for me. I mean, and it's like they're like a rock band, and so I was so shocked that my sweet little mama, which she's always was real hip, but I didn't think that she was quite that with it. So I bought her the CD and she loved that thing. She absolutely loved it. And I cannot remember the song. It was a big one for them. But anyway, I can hear the song, but I can't get the words to it. She's only got a few minutes left. That's right. Yeah, sacked by little old ladies. Ha ha. Doug didn't like his voice either. I didn't either. It was too powerful. I thought that he was too much. Blah blah blah. I don't know. It just. It was beautiful. Don't get me wrong, but it just wasn't mine. Hey, Joel. Better late than never. That's right. We didn't have any kind of topic, so you'll have to just go back and watch me flap my jaws and show those gophers that I got. So everybody needs to go look at the Savannah Candy Kitchen. And they need to, if y'all go buy a bunch of stuff, you need to say Susie at blah blah blah, sent us, and maybe they'll let me be like a spokesperson. And then this trip could be a write-off. Wouldn't that be something? Well, y'all, I better go before Mischief just, she does have the power to just shut the feed down. So I have to be careful with her. I love her to death, but oh my goodness. Yes, happy new year to everybody. Let's make this a good year, y'all. I know it hasn't really started out or ended, you know, great for some people. The thing in New Orleans is just, breaking my heart. There's other things that are just breaking my heart. But let's just try to make it a good one, and let's give Scientology hell all year. I mean, every day. I just want to give them hell every single day. And I was laying here before my live tonight looking at different things that I want to do shows on, and I'm kind of excited again. I think I needed a break. I needed a break from everything. I needed a break from my life and just to go have fun and to remember that there is a light at the end of this tunnel with cancer, and I am going to get better. And the fact that I walked almost 9,000 steps yesterday proves it, because I literally 2 weeks ago could barely walk 40 feet. So I'm healing, right? We're just going to hope that they don't make me take any more chemo. So we'll know the 13th or 14th, something like that. We'll know. Well, we'll have a better idea. So anyway, I'm going to go. I love you guys. I'll probably pop back on here. You might see some just videos pop up here and there, or some little shorts or something. Just keep an eye out. I'll be here, but I probably won't have a whole lot of notice on when I'm coming on. So I will talk to you guys soon. I love you. Yeah, 10K is a goal tomorrow. Maybe not. Maybe. We'll see. We're going to walk around a couple cemeteries, so you never know. That adds up fast. So I will absolutely talk to you guys in the next day or two. Let's just put it that way. I love you guys. Bye-bye.